What's up guys, this is Chronic Rush HD and welcome to a brand new episode of my FIFA 13 Team of the Week predictions. Yes, it's getting near the, basically every league is now finished except the MLS, the Brazilian League and some other minor leagues. But this week was the international games as well, so I'm thinking this week's Team of the Week is A, just going to be international players, or B, not be international players, or C, be a bit of a mix. So I'm going to go for the mix option, and yeah, let's get into some of the substitutes. So the first player we're going to have here is a player called Yatala, I think it is. He played in a, what's it called, international game, and he scored 2 goals. I'm not sure on his actual position, in terms of where he actually played, because there's some speculation he played as a winger, as a striker, but I've just kind of left him how he is, and he looks like a fairly decent card actually. He's in the French League 1 as well, so you could build a fairly decent team. He got an inform card. I think you could build a fairly decent team because you've got some fairly decent bronze inform players in that league, such as Durac, him, and then you could probably have Benzia or someone that 4-star skiller, but he's a fairly nice player. Moving on to the next player, we've got another bronze player, and that player is called Nigel. He plays in the MLS for, I think it's Seattle Sounders, and he actually played striker in the game, and he got a goal and an assist. So not bad. At this time, I was trying to find any player who basically had a fairly decent performance. But moving on to the next player, we've got another MLS player, and this player is called Andy Rose, and he again plays for Seattle Sounders. I wasn't 100% sure on, I was just trying to find players, and he got a goal and assist as well, and he got it as a centre mid, so maybe he could get it instead. I'm not quite sure. This is where I'm kind of just throwing out players that could possibly get a card. Moving on to the next player, we got a player who plays for the team Seattle Sounders played. I think it's Philadelphia. I'm not quite sure on the team. But this player here called Camilo, he's actually on the score sheet, on the team sheet. He's actually called Savenso or something. But he plays for Vancouver Whitecaps. They played Seattle Sounders. They lost 3-2, but he got 2 assists and man of the match. So he had a fairly decent game. Unfortunately, his team lost. I think they scored right in the last minute or something like that. Moving on to the next player, we've got a player called, sorry about that, Krim, or I think it's Kim or Krim. Hopefully, oh god, I'm gonna have to wait for him to come up. Okay, I couldn't find him, and I'll try and sort that issue out in a bit. That was annoying, actually. Maybe it's just... that's it, Kerm. I spelled it wrong, guys. But we got a player called Kerm. He plays for Slovenia. I think it was his international game. He got a goal and an assist as a left winger player. Not a bad player. Well, yeah, because he's just really slow. If he was a centre mid, he looks like a fairly decent player, but he is not. Moving on to the next player, the penultimate substitute. We've got a player called Mulenga or something. He plays as a striker, and please don't do this. The picture will come up, hopefully. But he got a brace in Zambia's 2-0 win. So had a very, very good impact on that game. There you go, just taking it up there. And moving on to the final player of this squad, we've got a player called Antonio Carlos. He plays in the Brazilian League as a centre-back for Botafogo, I think it is. And Botafogo, sorry. But he got a goal and a clean sheet. His other partner centre-back called Bolivar, he got a assist, a clean sheet, and got the man of the match. So I'm not quite sure one of these partner centre-backs would get it. But let's move on to the starting 11. This is Team of the Week, well, not Team of the Week 39. And yeah, we're going to be playing in the normal formation. And in goal, we got a player called Ospina. I think it's Nice, or yeah, I think it's Nice. The goalkeeper, he got a man of the match, a clean sheet, and made a number of different saves in, I think it was Colombia's game. So he had a fairly decent game, and he's actually a fairly decent card, so I would love to pick him up. He probably worked really, really good in those Colombian teams because they got some fantastic players. Moving on to the right centre-back, shall I say, we got a player called Roy Miller. He plays in the MLS for Red Bull, and he played as a centre-back in Costa Rica's game, and he got a goal and a clean sheet in their 2-0 win or 1-0, I'm not quite sure on that. But he looks like a really good centre-back. If he goes up to about 72, hopefully, I'm hoping, that'll put his pace up and he looks like a fairly decent player as a centre-back. If he does get that. Moving on to the second centre-back, we got a player called Russell Martin. But when I typed his name in last, it didn't want to come up. But hopefully it's around... I'm going to have to type it in. For some reason, I typed in Russell Martin and it just didn't come up. There he is. He again played as a centre-back and he got a clean sheet and Scotland beat... what was the team? Czechoslovakia, maybe? I'm not quite sure, but they beat their international team 1-0, which was a very good win for them. And this guy played really, really well and just held the defence pretty solidly and just left the work to the strikers. But he had a fairly decent game. Moving on to the final defender, we got a player who I believe played as a left-back. I'm not 100% sure on where he actually played. Some team sheets are saying different, and others are saying my suggestion, but he's called Lulic or something like that. He plays in the Serie A. He's already got a man of the match card, but he plays for Lazio. He played as a left-back, and he got a goal, an assist, and a clean sheet in Bolivia's 5-0 international win. So that's a fairly decent card for a left mid. His pace isn't the best, but he's got some fairly nice stats, and yeah, he's an all-round fairly decent player as a left mid anyway. So his left back card should be fairly nice if he does get left back. Moving on to the right mid, we got another player who played out of position, but not too much. It's Kevin De Bruyne. Whoop, accidentally hit the spacebar. He's already got an informed card, but he played as a right mid for Belgium and got a goal and assist in their 2-1 win, I believe. So he played a very, very important role in that game. Moving on to the first centre mid, we have Clarence Seedorf. Played for Botafogo, the same as one of the subs. I'm not quite sure on this, but he got a goal and had a very good game. Botafogo, I think, won 2-0. So he had a very decent game, and he's been doing fairly decently in the Liga do Brazil. Moving on to the second centre mid, we got a player called Panic. I'm not quite sure you pronounce that, but he again plays for Bosnia, plays for Roma in the Liga BVA, in the Serie A, and he got a goal and assist as well in their 5-0 win from a centre mid, which is fairly decent. And moving on to the final midfielder, our left mid, we got a player called Berisha, that player there. He again plays in the Serie A, and he got a goal and assist as well as a left mid. I'm not quite sure where he actually played. Some people say he played as a right mid, but I'm not too sure on that. And moving on to the centre forward, I thought he played as a centre forward, but some people saying he's played the cam. We have Ronaldinho. He's already got an informed card, but his second one is going to go an absolutely massive price. He's going to be definitely one to pick up. But he got 2 goals in Atletico Mineiro's 2-0 win, I think. Very, very good game for him, and I can see him definitely getting an informed card. And moving on to the 2 strikers. The first player we're going to have here is a player called Brun, I'm not quite sure. He was recently in a team of the season, team of the week, sorry. But he again got 4 goals this week for his team in the Irish League, and he's probably going to go up to a silver. I was kind of looking for a striker and I couldn't really find one. Definitely not the best striker, so obviously not too much to be talked about there. And moving on to the final player, we have Robbie Keane. This will be his 3rd informed card if he does get it, and he got up to about 81 rated probably, but he got a hat-trick in Ireland's win. I think it was 3-0 win. I'm not too sure about that one either, but very, very good performance for him, should I say. And let's quickly move on to my screen. Let me just show you the squad there. As you can see it, we've got some fairly decent players. That centre-back, if he goes as a centre-back, that left-back, if he goes centre-back, he'll be fairly decent. Got decent amount of pace. De Bruyne, not the fastest, probably as a right mid, so not the best. Ronaldinho, definitely. Keane, I'm not quite sure. Some people want him. These 2 Bosnian players are actually fairly decent non-rare cards, and I haven't really tried anyone else out, but Ospina as well, he's a fairly decent professional view on the squad. You can see here the ratings, I've kind of predicted them, I've just put them up a bit, and as you can see here, this Brian guy's gone up to a silver. We got the subs here. I'm not going to pull them up because their stats are no different, but ignore the stats, okay, on their in-game stats. We've got Yatara 64, Camilo 70, Mulenga 74, Kerm 72, Rose 64, Antonio Carlos, he's the other alternative to Seedorf and Nigel. But guys, this is the squad. If you like this episode, remember to like that button. If you've got any player suggestions or anything, put that in the comments. I really appreciate that, seeing if I've missed any players. And guys, if you want, I'm not quite sure how many more of these episodes will be coming out, but make sure you stay tuned to the series and subscribe. I've got a Team of the Season Liga BVA hopefully coming out before Wednesday, the, let me quick check the time. The date, the 12th of June. So I think Team of the Week will coming out oh my god, Team of the Week number 39 coming out on the 12th of June on Wednesday. This has been Christian. Till next time, adios.